All right. Bear with me just a moment here. I just want to make sure everything is up and running smoothly here, and then we'll jump right into the show. So just bear with me a moment. Just give me one moment. So anyway, I want to start off the video by saying Shalom. First and foremost, of course, all praises is due to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And yeah, I'm just out here by the Delaware, at the moment. And excuse me if you hear the leaves in the background. It's a wooded area, over here. And of course, since it's fall, the trees are the leaves are coming off the trees. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse the noise in the background. But anyway, I'm just gonna, let the spirit flow, man. All right, we'll just bring out whatever, topics come to mind. Okay, so, I put on the thumbnail of the video. It says what? Be calm and trust in the Lord, man. Okay, and that's a heavy thing. Okay, you gotta, you really have to trust, in Yahweh, in Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, we just have to, put our trust in who the world, ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? Yahweh Shai. Okay, especially, in the times that we're coming into here, man. Okay, because we're coming into some, we're coming into some tough times here, man. Okay, the hour of temptation is around the corner, man. All right, so we, in this in this truth, we have to be grounded in this thing, man. Okay, because things are about to get, even more difficult for us, man. Right, things are, hey, things are bad, already, but things are gonna get even worse. Okay, and that's just the reality of the situation. Okay, so we're not trying to scare anyone, right? We're not trying to scare any brother, right? Because of course you have new brothers to the faith every day, man, right? The brothers are coming into the faith every single day, all right, new brothers, which is a great thing. Okay, but at the end of the day, we got to tell the brothers the truth, man, because you got groups out here talking about that they're just gonna like cakewalk into the kingdom, man, right? They're not gonna have to go through Jacob's trouble. They're not gonna have to go through any type of difficulty. They're just gonna just walk into the kingdom, right? That's what I believe it's LUIC, might be ISUPK, but I believe it's LUIC. Someone can fact check me on that. But they said that there's not going to be a Jacob's trouble, right? They're just gonna cakewalk into the kingdom, is what they believe, and that's that's bullshit right there, man. Right? That's not true. Okay, everyone's gonna be tested, in this walk. Bear with me a moment. I want to see if I can. Bear with me just a sec. Let me see if I can turn the camera around here. I might be able to. Yeah, I was gonna let everybody see the water here. It's actually a pretty a beautiful view in the area here. Here there's like a some rapids down there, the rapids, right? You can hear that off in the distance back there. Um, excuse me, I can't turn the camera around, but anyway, getting back to what I was saying, man, is we're trying to warn the people, okay, is what that hard times are coming, man, right? So you got these groups out here such as LUIC, telling their congregation, No, they're not going to have to go for anything on this side, or you're not going to have to go for any type of difficulties, right? You're just going to cakewalk into the kingdom. You got Mind of God out there talking about, they're just going to walk into the kingdom, right? They're not going to have to go for any type of trouble, right? That's what they're out here telling the people, man. But that's bullshit. That's not true. Okay, that's a lie, right? That's not true. Okay, but people want to hear smooth things, right? That's what the people want to hear. The people don't want to hear the truth, right? That's why you have a popular saying that goes that common sense is not so common, right? Because people want to ignore the facts and just deal with what is simple to understand, right? What is easy to digest. And that goes, I mean, hell, that's not even dealing with the truth, man. That's just dealing with real life in general. So it just shows you, man, that these people, as Mind of God would say, right, they're drowning in the sauce, right? These people are drowning in that sauce, man. Right, drowning in that Jesus juice. Okay, they're drowning in that Jesus juice. Okay, so going back to the name of the video, man, you gotta put your trust in the Lord, man. Okay, what did Yahushua say? He said if you go to Luke the 16th chapter, Christ said that in me you're gonna have peace, but in the world you're gonna have tribulation, which the definition of the word tribulation means adversity, right? A trial, right? Hardship. That's what the word means, right? So Christ said, look, in the world you're gonna have trials, you're gonna have troubles, but you know what? In me you're gonna have peace. Okay, so dealing with this, okay, this the situation we find ourselves in right now, man. Okay, is we're things are about to get even more difficult than what they already are, man. Okay, and that's just the way it's gonna be. Okay, is we're coming to some tough times here. Okay, so we just got to remain faithful, to the Lord, man, right? To Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai. We just have to remain faithful, okay? Because we're coming into some tough times, man. Right? This is the calm before the storm that we're in right now. Okay, but the hour of temptation is at the doorstep, man. And you can see it because with these with this whole juice, right? This well, you got to use code word on here, but with this juice situation, you know what I'm talking about. Um, very soon, man. Hey, look, if you don't get that juice, you ain't gonna be able to take part in society. Right? You're not gonna be able to go to Walmart. You're not gonna go able to go to the movie theaters. You're not gonna be able to go out to eat. Or you're not gonna be able to enter into a grocery store. You're not gonna be able to do any of those things without getting that juice. Okay, but don't do that. Right? Don't go along with what they want you to do, man. All right. This the elites, they know what they're doing, man. In fact, I was looking and there's a game out there called the Illuminati card game. Do a quick Google search on that. Go to the images, which this card game was made back in 1996. But there's a card in there that I found, which I can try to describe it, but I really can't say the name of the card because I'll get the video taken down. But you can look through the cards. There's a card on there that has a face diaper, as mine got call it, and I believe it has a med kit on the card. So if you see it, you'll know that's the one I'm talking about. And I believe it also has the juice on it. I could be mistaken. But if you look at it, you'll clearly see, man, is they're telling you it's clear as day, man. And then remember that card game was made back in 1996. Okay, so it's a deep game, man. They show you certain things in there, like 9/11 was in there. They had there's a World War III card. I believe there's a lot of different cards, man. Give that a Google search in your free time. Once again, that's called the Illuminati card game, and you can look it up on YouTube as well. There's been people who've done videos on it. Which, fun fact, by the way, I was looking on eBay. A few years back, I was looking on eBay at the card set because of course they don't sell it in stores anymore. So I was interested to see what they're going for now. And for a pack of cards, it's like like $150 for a pack of cards. But if you want the whole collection, right, all of the cards, it's going to cost you a whopping $1,000, man. Where it's going to cost you $1,000 for the entire set, all right, for all the cards. It's like, damn, that's a lot of money, man. But the point is clear that hey, in your free time, look that up. Very interesting information in there, man. Because it's I mean, hey, they show you, right? They show you it's putting the truth in plain sight. Okay, and that's what they do. Okay, they put the truth in plain sight. That's why they have shows out here. I'll give an example. Wait, Black Jesus. They have a show out there called Black Jesus, right? So they're showing you that they know that that the Christ is a so-called black man. Or as far as the UFOs, the UFOs they show you in certain movies. I can't think of one off the top of the head, but there's a movie out there, which mine a guy might know, so you can put it in the comment section. But they show you that UFOs came and they raptured people away, right? They came, the UFOs beamed down and redeemed people, right? People were redeemed. Okay. Let me see. Hey,
Shalom, King.
Shalom, Shalom. What's going on, man?
Shalom, King. I'm just at work chilling. Not to interrupt you. Whatever you was doing, if I may.
Oh no,
Could,
you're good. You're good, man. You're good. I was just, I'm just elaborating. You want have anything you want to say? And just so you know, I just of course want to say, regarding the whole, global situation, just refer to it as, the juice, because we have to watch the words we
you know
use.
what? We gotta, us watching Apostles of Great Millstone and whatnot. We got a whole lot of words for that. The juice, the jab. But
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah, yeah.
I
I agree.
wanted to, I wanted to touch on because I see in the comment boards, the whole situation with Romans 13. I wanted to actually touch on that because I was kind of reading it yesterday, and it kind of made sense what you said. Because I went over the whole flat Earth thing. I watched the dude, what's his name?
Mark
Mark.
Sargent.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mark
yo,
Sargent.
yeah, I went into it, and it's kind of making sense. I'm getting more spiritual, if you
Yeah,
will.
yeah. Hey, let me say this, man. Let me say this. As I said, I've looked into that, since it came out. So I've had, 5 years where I looked at it. At first, of course, I was skeptical. I was like, oh, this is just a joke. But
Hmm.
when I looked into it, it's like, oh, this actually makes sense. So, of course, man, as I said, it doesn't matter, if a brother believes that it's round or flat. It has nothing
Hmm.
to do with one's salvation. But, at the end of the day, it's very interesting, information. So yeah, man, there's definitely other, YouTubers out there that you can look into on that. I'll give
Oh,
one.
definitely.
There's a guy named,
Oh, I wanted
go
to.
ahead.
I don't know if I could. Because I don't really know how to use StreamYard like that. I used it a couple of times, a couple of months ago.
Right.
Oh, and I appreciate you and a great shalom to you, King, for showing me that earlier. I was watching your video and you said that you could go live, regularly. And I went to go live. I said, oh, this is fire. You could go live. You don't even need StreamYard no more. But StreamYard is still better though. But yeah,
Yeah,
cause
yeah. Yeah, let me say something on that. I was watching someone's video and they said that it's like, oh yeah, by the way, everyone can go live on YouTube. And I was like, huh, what? And then I checked and it was like, oh yeah, you can go live on YouTube. But I do agree that StreamYard's better because you can invite people on. So I'm still gonna use StreamYard, but
mhm.
if the time runs out, because you only get 20 hours a month on StreamYard, but if the time runs
Wow.
out, you can do a stream from YouTube. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's definitely good to know because I didn't know until another brother, pointed it out. So I just wanted to, put that out there so everyone, you know, um, could know. But yeah, going back to what you were saying, man, what did you want to share on that?
I wanted to share on that because like I'm not even gonna lie, like I'm quick when it comes to get understanding on certain things, and as I as you because the how you understand the scriptures is repetition. You know what I'm saying? Repetition.
Right.
And
Yes.
if anybody's watching this, if you want to build your faith, you got to read the scriptures. That's how you build your faith. But I want because I was reading and when you get to verse 5, it says that they are the ministers of God, right?
Yes.
So how is it possible that Esau could be a minister of God? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah. And I asked, GMS on that because they said that that's
And
talking
then you
about
still
E.
wait, not to cut you off, I
Go ahead.
apologize, but you're not supposed to do. But one of the brothers in the comment board said, do you support the Jews? And I was gonna comment, I was like, of course he don't support the Jews, but I just left it for you to, do what you was gonna do. Yeah, you
Right,
continue.
right. Now my question to them is this. Um, if E says that you have to get the juice, well then wait a second. You have to do it then because God's minister said that you had to. So they
Exactly.
really don't know how to respond. You see,
But
so it's like, well, we go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, so what's kind of your understanding on it? Like, who would be the ministers of God? Would that be pertaining to speaking about us, or would that be pertaining to what they break down on it is?
Well, it'd be referring to us, and especially, back then in that time, they would have since it was more biblical back then, right? If someone
Mm-hmm.
committed a crime, they would be punished by the priest and the higher ups,
Yeah.
right? So they would be, you know, when you read the chapter, we can see it's talking about, the ones who would administer the punishments for those who go against the commandments of God. But these guys, which again, I'm not at all hating on the brothers,
No, 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 no,
but
definitely not. Because
yeah, yeah, I hear you.
at the end of the day, we learn from them. But you like you
Right,
said, you
right,
gotta sometimes you gotta take the meat off the bread, you know,
right.
because
Absolutely, absolutely.
because this is a serious matter. So you got to get deep into the scriptures if you want to really receive salvation. You can't just, oh, this person taught that, so I'm gonna just go with it. And then if I go with it and I be destroyed with this person, all this person gonna say is this. Well, I didn't know. I looked into what I know. You got to get deeper. So at the end of the day, it's no harsh thing against those brothers, but it's just what it makes sense. Oh, and then the other comment that he said, you can deal with them but not marry them. Wait, what do you mean?
Right, right. It's as I
What
said,
do
man. A lot of brothers, just they're just saying things to say it. Like I'll give an example. I asked a brother, which I'm going to do a video about it soon, but I asked him regarding the laws of the land because they said to obey the laws of the land. So then I asked him,
mm-hmm,
um, what happens if the law of the land goes against the Bible? And they
mm-hmm.
said, well, we obey them unless they go against the Bible. So then I brought up, well, what about Leviticus 20 and 13? The Lord
Exactly.
said, "Thou shalt." So
That's a
that one goes
commandment.
against the law of the land. Yeah, and I asked him about that, and he literally didn't answer. He just skipped over that and said, "Oh, well, you guys don't know." It's like, well, wait, it's like answer the question, brother. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make sense. So as I
Yep.
said, it's when you read it, it's very clear it's not talking about this man because this
Mm-hmm.
man is going against the commandments of the Most High. So by what logic could it be talking about them?
Yeah, and just like with the mind of God, like I'll say, he's a good thinker. He's a big thinker, and he's, I would say a good teacher to a certain extent, not 100%, because in my eyes, he's a false prophet
Right,
because
right.
he has no his works. You when the scriptures say make full proof of your ministry, it's not just talking about YouTube. YouTube, first of all, let me touch on YouTube real fast. See, this is why I give respect to the apostles, and whether Manda God could say they actors or how much we could prove that, whatever. The point of the ministry, when you read the scriptures, first of all, most of everybody that was in the scriptures was teaching in the streets. So for you to say, that the angels is preaching the word, that's madness. You
Yeah,
know,
I agree with you. I do agree. As I said, mind of God, he's clearly going off. He knows a couple things. I will give him that. But then he goes off. You know what I'm saying? So as I said, you got to take the meat and you
exactly.
got to leave the bones. With all of these guys, right? Even I'll give another example. Zakari says some things which are right, but then they go off on other things, right? So you got to
That's
take the
true.
good, you got to leave the bad. So anyway, going back to the whole flat Earth thing, did you have something you wanted to say about that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I definitely wanted to because It was a beautiful comment. Remember the video that I commented under and I said the video was fake because Apostle he had basically made a video and said debunking the flat earth thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, I know one you're talking about.
So I remember I went under the comment bar, I said, nah, this is a fake video. But you clearly could see that's a fake video, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can clearly see it. That's not real.
Right. So mind you, the video that you put me onto or whatever, long story short, the dude said in the comment board, and it like it made it like a big bang. It all made sense because he said, yo, if you watch, I took the time I watched about like I'll say about 6 to 7 NASA videos, and as I watched it, I said, yo, he was right. Every video there's no stars. So how is it that we're on Earth and we could see the stars, but they're supposed to be up there and they can't see it, or it's not showing?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And another one as well, man, is when you
Oh,
look on
not,
the
and
pictures.
then the pictures that you
Go ahead.
showed about NASA too, that too. You
Yeah,
could,
yeah. It's just the continents. I'll say for an example, on one globe picture, America is huge. On the next one, it's small. So it's like,
mm-hmm.
well, wait a second. How the hell can it be two different things? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, oh, NASA admitted, and they can't pass the Van Allen belt. So it's like, wait a second. How the hell do you
Exactly.
guys get to the moon in the 60s, but now in 2021, you can't get there because they said that they don't have the technology to get back there today. I mean, it's very obvious.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
obvious
that's
that
funny. That's a good
something
one.
is being hidden, right? You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? But some
yeah.
guys just can't get it. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers just can't get it.
Oh yeah, and then another thing is you ever watch, you know how you watching the NASA videos and they're like, they're sitting on like a space thing and they're jumping into Earth.
Yeah,
Wait, wouldn't your body blow up by the time you even get down here?
possibly, yes.
Because I'm pretty sure that what's that thing they be had that whole spacesuit? I'm pretty sure that spacesuit is not going to be able to
Oh,
protect you from
yeah.
all of that pressure. You telling me? Nah, come on, man. So
Yeah,
now,
as I said, man, there's so much, about it, but yeah, man, that video I sent you, which actually it was the man actually made them into like 7-minute videos, but somebody edited all of them together to make it one long one. Did you watch
mhm.
the whole video? How far are you getting into it?
I'm actually like at the 15, 16 minute mark now.
Yeah, hey, look, man, when you get the time, finish that video, man, because it gets better and
Yeah,
more
it's a two
convincing
hour it's a 2 hour
as it
video.
goes
I'm
on.
I'm I'm gonna continue watching it. Don't worry.
Right, right. But yeah, man, definitely, look into it, when you have the free time, man. Because as I said, it just, let me say this. I'm walking next to some trees right now, and the trees
Hmm.
are pretty much sitting still. So how the hell are we spinning 1,000 miles an hour? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense.
Hmm. Oh, and I wanted to touch on one more thing. What was it? What was I think? Just thinking about. Damn, I hope I didn't let it slip my mind. Freak,
Was it the
freak.
Romans 13 thing?
Oh no, no, no. Concerning Sakari speaking about um the age, the age thing, with the going to
Oh yeah.
war in the war, because like I said, when I come on, a live stream, I like to touch on a couple things. Now I'm gonna let you go. If I could stay on here, it's up to you. It's
Hey,
whatever.
yeah, I'm gonna go for a little while longer, man. You're free to stay on with us. Yeah, we can talk about it. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, see the thing is that it's a little wary about both doctrines because I clearly understand the apostles exactly what they teach in terms of Yahushua being 12, teaching in the temple, and him telling his mother, "Oh, mother, I'm about my father's business." That clearly makes sense. But it's like, does that pertain to every 12-year-old? Because
Well,
everybody's
I'll say, yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying, but the answer to that is it's really when a child hits sexual maturity, which that can happen at 12, could happen at 13, some people at 14. So it's
okay, okay,
really just containing to whenever that happens. It's everybody's body is different, right?
yeah,
So that's what it would contain to, right? So if it doesn't happen at 12, maybe 13. If it doesn't happen at 13, then 14, right? Every man and every woman is different, right? So it's not every one of them, no. But yeah, that would be my understanding on that matter.
Okay, okay. Because you know, Sakari say that, you know, basically that, you know, GMS is going off in terms of saying that. Oh, another thing is I feel like I think I said this under the comment boards too, and with guys getting emotional over the whole thing that women had children young. See, let me say this. One thing that you got to understand is that even in this society, like, you know, like even they make women feel bad, or you know, they down women because they'll say, oh, you know, she's 14 or she's 15, she had a baby. Let me tell you something. These women that's in this generation, no, they're not fit to have a child at all. Like at all, at all. Like there's a whole different ball game now. Like you 15, you know what I'm saying? And the 15-year-old mind in America is not the 15-year-old mind in biblical times. That's what people have to literally sit down and meditate on. Like there's a whole difference. Like it's a whole, I don't know. Like I feel like people just can't understand that. And it's really not that hard to understand. It's just guys being emotional and, you know, trying to be too deep and they really not deep. That's all I wanted to say on that.
Right, right. Well, we're dealing with that, topic. There's a very good book out there, which you should look it up. It's called Teen 2.0 by Robert Epstein. And basically, it goes over this whole, concept of adolescence. It was made up in the early 1900s by a
Mm-hmm.
man named Robert Epstein. Or, no, excuse me, G. Stanley Hall. Right? Anyone can look up G. Stanley Hall on
Okay.
Wikipedia if you want to learn more about it. But yeah, it really goes back to the way that children are taught. Okay, because before, a child would be brought up the right way. Like let's say going back 100 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
They would be educated and expected to work at a younger age. But today, they're just sent off to school. That's part of this whole situation, right?
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be be out there working, getting physical experience, right, by working with their hands out there.
Yeah.
That's what was going on throughout all human history up until 100 years ago, and even really during the Great Depression, which was like 90 years ago. That's what was still going on too. So it's really less than 100 years of of this being this way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just have to which I one of my friends, right, rock upon him. His mother gave birth to him when she was 15, right? So at the end of the day, it just goes back to how they are or raised. Like
Yeah.
if you watch some of these documentaries about over in India or even China, right? Some of these so-called foreign countries,
Yeah.
over there, kids can tear a car down and put it back together in 20 minutes at 7 years old. I mean, hell,
Okay.
I don't know anything about a car, and I'm like 20 years
That's
old. You
true.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it goes back to the way they are are educated. So that's what I'll say on that. As I said, there's a good book out there you can pick up named Teen 2.0
Now,
by
now
Robert Epps.
I wanted to touch on one more thing, you know, before I go
Go
or
ahead.
whatever.
Yep.
I want to touch on the mark of the beast because you know, mind the God, he's think that
Refer just so you
he's
know, just so you know, refer to it as the MOB, just
yeah,
because it's sensitive.
oh yeah, yeah, the MOTB, and I'm just an actor, anyways. Um, yeah, I'm just a actor, but yeah, I wanted to touch on the MOTB because he, you know, I understand, you know, what's going on in terms of the YAB, in terms of, you know, like, because, you know, in Los
Yeah,
Angeles, you know,
yeah,
they can't even get into the store without proof of the YAB. And then you got in, I think is Pakistan, if I'm not sure. I just did a article on it. I think in Pakistan they can't get into the store unless they got the YAB. So, but you got to understand when you go into the scriptures and you read Revelations 3 and 10, and then it goes into the hour of temptation. The word there is oikomany, right?
yeah.
And that's inhabitants of the earth. So that's a global thing. That's a global event,
Oh,
you
and
know?
remember what yeah, what he's saying though, is he teaches that the elect are going to be taken away before the tribulation. That's what his understanding is, which he
Yeah,
clearly don't know the scriptures because as we went into last time, which we gave him a run for his money because we went to what is that, Matthew 24 verse 29 on down. It says
yeah,
what? Immediately after the tribulation, the Son of Man will return, and redeem his elect, right? So that clearly proves that this happens after the tribulation. But he'll skip that because he'll say, well, the tribulation and great tribulation are two different things. So these guys are very slick with how they
it's only one tribulation though.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But what they'll do is he'll twist it. He's saying that, well, it says tribulation, right? But then there's another thing called the Great Tribulation. That's what his understanding on the matter is. That's how he twists the words to fit his doctrine.
And then another thing with his doctrine is he said, now this is where he want to talk about Freemason and all of this, other weirdo stuff, type of time he on. If you want to talk about that, you want to talk about Freemason. Every time in your videos, you calling on Jesus. You saying Heavenly Father. Wait, doesn't the Pope say that? So wait, you mean
That's a
to
good point.
so you mean to tell me you might be getting down with the Pope? See, you got to stay away from guys like that. But then he'll get on here and say, "Oh, you're wearing a face diaper." But wait, where's the law?
Right, exactly. And we spoke about that, but we'll go over it again. There is nowhere in the scriptures that says a man can't wear it. Now I'll say this, right? I understand that it's going along with their the elite's doctrine. I do understand that, but with that being said, that doesn't mean it's a sin to
The
wear
Most
one,
High.
right? What
Yeah,
is that?
exactly. Romans
Romans
4:15.
4:15. Where there's no law, there is
There's
no
no sin.
transgression, right? So they can't sit around and say that then. They can't say that's a sin for a man to do. That's clearly against the scriptures. But then when you ask him, he's like, well, what about what is that, Job 9, verse 24?
Yeah, the earth is
And
given
they
to the
use
hand of
that.
the wicked. That's not
Yeah, and go ahead.
what the scriptures, the whole book is the book of the law, but that's not a law in the first 5 books. So for him to keep saying, "Oh, Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked," it's like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah, well, he's quoting the latter part of the verse because it says that he covers the faces of the judges thereof, and I'll use that to say, we'll see. But that's
Wait,
talking about the math. Unless
that's
go
not
ahead.
what that's talking about, though.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree. Now let's
The,
even say this.
mhm.
Even if he was right, which he's not, but even if he was, that doesn't mean it's wrong to wear a mask because there's no verse that says it is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then you ask him that and you saw what happened. He didn't know. He was just like, well, it's wrong. It's like, okay, well, where does it say that? And he didn't know. You know
Oh,
what
oh,
I'm saying?
I got another good one. Teaching for the doctrines of men.
Yeah. Oh, that's
That's in
Matthew 15,
yeah,
verse
that's Matthew
8.
15.
It says, what? These people, they honor me with their lips, but their
But
heart's
their
far
heart
from
is
me.
far from me.
But in vain
Exactly.
do they worship me, teaching the doctrines and the commandments
It's
of
of
men.
men.
Right.
Exactly.
So that shows you that these guys are clearly, in error, right? So, as I said, you just got to, be diligent in this thing because, you got a lot of guys out here, man, who are,
A lot of
clearly in error of not knowing the scriptures,
you
so you
gotta.
just have to be diligent.
Oh, before I go, I'm gonna drop a link in your one of your videos, or maybe this video, depending if you just finish. But it's basically exposing the whole Crown Vic thing and
Right.
what he's going into. A lot of these Edomites, they expose their own people, on a daily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because our people, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're like at a point where they're scared of Esau. You know, it's
Yeah. I hear you.
yeah, they're scared out of their minds. Because they don't walk by faith. They don't even see. And another thing I want to touch on, in another video is how the so-called white man, which is Esau, how they took out of our people the God gene. Because you'll ask people, you'll ask them like, yo, why did you take the yob? And they'll say, to protect myself. Wait, what happened to faith? What happened to faith in the Most
That's
High?
it. Right. Right. That's a good point. Oh, and these Christians are out here talking about,
Oh, these
that,
Christians is
that,
all
oh, well,
through.
if you want to, yeah, yeah. I mean, these Christians, I've seen churches, man, that are saying, oh, look, if you want to, come to church, you got to take the juice. So it shows you, man. These Christians are through, right? These Christians are clearly through, man. It's ridiculous. But going back to the whole Romans 13 thing, I asked GMS, I asked them a couple questions, right? Because they said that if the law of the land goes against the Bible, then we don't have
Mm-hmm.
to obey it. And I said, okay, fair enough. But what about, let's say, abortion? Scriptures speak
Mm-hmm.
against that, but the government will allow that, right? These rainbows, right? These men being with men, that's against the scriptures. But
Clearly.
according to America, that's okay. So they'll skip over that then. You know what I'm saying? So it's just absolute hypocrisy. And again, we're not hating on the brothers, but it's
No,
just,
not at all.
it doesn't make sense what they're saying. You know what I'm saying?
But then another thing, I like one good point that the mind of God pointed out. I like, and I'll say it, um, concerning the whole flat Earth thing. How because does we know GMS says they had 100% truth, and like I said, it's no knock against those brothers, beautiful teachers, and I learned from them myself. But
Right.
pertaining to 100% truth, wouldn't all things be revealed to you? And Mother God said this. Mother God said, how would you know what size of the earth would be? Which makes sense.
Right, right. I agree. As I said, I do agree because, as I said, one thing that GMS don't talk about is the whole flat Earth thing, and it's like, well, if you brothers do, have 100% truth, we'll go with that. If that's true, well, then why can't we talk about this topic in the scriptures, right? You guys should be able to show in the scriptures where it's not true, right? But the fact that they won't deal with it, that makes you wonder. It's like, well, wait a second. If you do have 100% truth, well, why do you guys not want to talk about this topic? You know what I'm saying? So,
Very
as
true.
I said, you just got to be, diligent. And again, we're not trying to be hateful towards those brothers because you already know what they're going to do.
Yeah,
They're going to come on here and say that we're both
but
just like,
we're bug
actors,
outs.
right? We're deceivers, coming against the apostles of GMS, which all we simply did was simply say we respect the brothers. We just have a civil disagreement.
You
That's
know,
all we said.
that's it. Oh, matter of fact, since we're gonna use those words, I remember a couple of months ago, Apostle Jahar said that he had debates with his teachers all the time. So at the end of the day, what's going on? We can't have a debate with our teachers. That's what he
Oh
said.
yeah, and yeah, and Tahar also said that some of his teachers they went off with certain of their teachings, right?
Exactly.
So I mean,
Which they
there you
did,
go. I
clearly.
mean, yeah, it's very clear. So as I said, we got to let the Bible speak at the end of the day. This is not about what ETT says. It's not about what Tahar says. It's not about what Nate says. It's not about what Alazar says. It's about what the scriptures say, right? So
Right.
we have to examine all things by the scriptures, right? So as I said, man, that's with Great Millstone dealing with um the Romans 13 thing. That's one of the things I really came against them with because it's clearly wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's clearly the one topic that they're really an error of not knowing, and it's sad because it's like how could you guys not see that? It's so clear what that scripture is talking about.
So like, okay, so if you was breaking down Romans 13 to somebody, what would in simplest form, like just making it quick, what would you say is about?
I would say that it's talking about obeying the like your teacher of your if you're in a camp, it means to obey your camp leader. It's just basically talking about
Okay,
the
because I kind of got that
spiritual
understanding
leader.
a little bit. That's where I was going with it.
Yes.
But once I went with that because once I saw the minister, there's no way you're gonna tell me that this devil is a minister. It's no way. You can't break it down. You can't go into the etymology. You can't go into a Bible blue letter. No, there's no way to go around that specific part. Excuse me. So
Right,
and
right. And
that's
it's
just
it's
what I have a
evident
hard
because if
time with.
you read, yes, sorry to cut you off, but if you read
You
if you
good?
read the whole thing, it says what? That he's a minister to you for good, uplifting the laws of the Most High, nearly paraphrasing the text. But wait a
Mm-hmm.
second, that's not what this man's doing.
Oh,
So how the hell can one turn it around and say this is talking about obeying the government of America? That's
he's
clearly nonsense.
he's doing a whole bunch of wickedness. This, oh man. But I wanted to touch on because pertaining to a prophet. Now we understand what the word prophet means, you know, and what a prophet is set up to do to tell you what's going to happen before it happens, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So my thing is with GMS, right? I want to know
yeah.
because when did the Heavenly Father ever give somebody a vision or a dream, let's say, and it was a I don't want to say a forced dream because that's have happened. I want to use the right words. Okay, how would the Most High give somebody basically a forced prophecy? And if he does do that, because the Lord said the deceived and the deceiver is his, I want to know that because some people with GMS, I've been seeing them lately trying to go, and they might get mad about it, or they might, oh, you're a demon and this and that, but I'm gonna speak my mind, and that's just it. So I've been seeing them lately trying to go into the word charagma and basically try to go into it and basically like, we're not wrong because we're saying it's the charagma, you know. But
Yeah.
wait. That's not how prophets are set up. Prophets are set up to tell you what's going to happen, and then boom, it comes to pass. So if I'm going to
Yeah,
say,
yeah, I hear you, man. That's definitely a good aspect to look on it as. Yes.
so I'm trying to figure out because the scriptures say study to show thyself approved. So if you because what you gotta do is you gotta divide the word of truth. You gotta say, like we spoke about, the meat, okay, this don't make sense. Okay, this makes sense. Oh nah, this is definitely like certain verses in the scriptures we don't have to debate on or talk about. That's just what it means. And if you
Yeah.
get in,
Yeah.
and if you get in some weird interpretation on it, that just means you clearly don't understand. But this is what they do consistently and make it seem like, oh, you just don't understand because we're those men. Well, a lot of things in the scriptures is really not that hard to understand. You don't need some type of angel to come down and reveal what Proverbs 29:2 is talking about. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear fruit, the people mourn. Who you don't? My little sister probably could break that down. You know.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah, as I said, man. Yeah, as I said, it's as at the end of the day, we just have to examine what everyone's saying because we can't just say, well, this guy said it, right? The horse said it, or Gorilla Hebrew said it, right? So that proves it's right. No, we got to examine
that's
what the
crazy,
text
and that's what
says.
people do.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's like if you just go on, and I'll give an example. I went on a comment board and I simply just asked a question regarding a topic. I don't remember the topic I asked, but I simply just asked a question saying, hey, Shalom, what are your brothers, faults on this topic? And someone jumps on there and says, oh, get out of here, you Edomite scoffer demon. It's like all I did was ask a simple question, man. Why you have to be so, benevolent? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and then it's like if you because if somebody asks me a question, the book of Ecclesiasticus says, if I'm not sure, I'm not gonna misquote it though, but I'm gonna say the best what I remember. It says, if you don't have the answers, lay your hands upon your mouth. So if you don't have the answers, you don't have to just say or make up a breakdown, or not even make up a breakdown. Just or just say I'll go into it. You know what I'm saying, to my understanding. Don't say, oh, I know this for 100% fact, and then what I'm saying, I look into it and then I get a whole different interpretation, which my interpretation is going to be correct because I fully went into it, but you went into it based on what you was taught or was given, and it's like that's clearly wrong. I can't go with that. You see what I'm saying?
Right, right. Yeah, absolutely, man. As I said, a lot of brothers are just, repeating things because that's what they've been told. But, at the end of the day, we all have to study for ourselves, so we can, conclude and confirm, what we've been told, actually is, true, right? We got to study to show ourselves approved, as the scriptures say. But anyway, man, I am going to be closing up in just a minute here. I do thank you for stopping by, to chat with me for a little bit. I might go live a little later tonight. I'm not sure if I will, but possibly we might get Mind of God on the show. So that might be a good discussion if you want to, stop by
Yeah, I'll
later.
definitely stop by, and I hopefully the mind of God here stop by, give his thoughts on certain things. Cause like I said, GMS is not bad teachers. Sakara, they're not bad teachers. We didn't bash brothers. We didn't say nothing about them that was wrong. So don't even come on the comment boards. Don't say nothing else. But see, that's where emotions come into play. But I'm gonna go on that one. But hopefully I get on the live stream later, and congregate with you brothers. But I'm gonna say shalom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shalom, King.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, the brother, Bible defender, joined me for a little bit. We had a good discussion, right? I remember, last time the brother came on and we, introduced him to the, flat earth, subject. So I see that the brother did some research and he's looking into it with an open mind, which is, of course, very, respectable. Okay. So, that's a great thing. All right. And even, if the brother comes to the conclusion that it's not true, hey, that's fair enough. At least the brother, you know, took time out of his day to research a new subject, which is, of course, a great thing. Okay. So, anyway, I hope that video was edifying. And again, we're not trying to, hate on any brothers, right? We're not trying to come against any brothers in Great Millstone. We just simply said that we have, a few differences in teaching, and that's respectable, right? We'll have a respectable disagreement, right? We still love those brothers and hope all those brothers, do receive salvation and make it onto those chariots. And we'll always say that. But anyway, I'm going to end the video off with that. I hope that video was edifying. And if anybody made it this far into the video, go ahead and put hashtag, let's see, go ahead and put hashtag UFO in the comment section. That's hashtag UFO in the comment section down below. And I'm going to say